What up, what up? It's your
A
boy,
big ugly man
the Big Ugly
doll.
Man doll. And this is my big ugly opinion. Diddy, what did you do? I don't know. But all I know is Cassie filed a complaint with the police, made all of these accusations about what was going on between them. She alleged a lot of things. Then the next day, there was a settlement. Settlement. Does that mean he's guilty? Did she get the 30 mil? Did she get more? What was the agreement? We don't know. I'm pretty sure he had her sign an NDA. Same way he had, when he was going to give those people their publishing back, he was going to make them sign an NDA as well. That was part of the agreement. So clearly, Diddy is in the NDA championship of the world. I say to you, a lot of odd things going on. Let's take a look. First, thanks for stopping by to watch. Make sure you give me a like, a comment, a share, and a subscribe. So I'm going to read this from Diddy's lawyer, supposedly. Just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit in 2023 is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle a lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Miss Ventura the best. Ben Braffman, lawyer for Mr. Combs. That's all fine and dandy, but I will say this. Apparently, she attempted to get some financial restitution from him in the past, and he denied her that every single time. And I do find it odd that as soon as the claim was put in and everything was made public, now all of a sudden he's ready to settle. Some might look at that as an admission of guilt. Some might say, no, he just don't want, his name ran through the mud, publicly in order to destroy his reputation or whatever the case. But I can say it does look kind of funny that she tried to get money before and you said no. As soon as she say, fine, then I'm telling. You're like, here, take it. Take that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too deep into it. I was going to read over the whole transcript and that would make the video a day and a half long of everything, the story from the beginning to the end of it where she finally broke away from him, as she says. I definitely don't want to assume automatically that this woman is lying, though I know it does look shaky now that she's got the money, so we're going to drop the whole thing. But, she did say that he pursued her in a very forceful kind of way. She apparently had a boyfriend at one point, and they were, she would sneak off with him because he would coerce her and kind of force her. And I guess she said she felt like that was in order to further her career. She was afraid to turn down his advances because he would have been like, all right, well, no coochie, no record deal. That's kind of the way she painted it. And then when they were just spending time together, kicking it out, he would be forceful with her. He would apparently, she said, he would get angry sometimes and punch on her a little bit. That's crazy to even think about. I'd hate to think that Diddy was out here boot bopping him. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. I don't know if that's true, of course, but these are her words. She said that they would have these parties and these get-togethers, and he would have her reach out to male prostitutes, and he told her, look for the ones with the big dick. Pause. That's crazy, right? He would tell her to find them. Eventually, it got to that point because at first, I guess, he was hiring them, but she would tell her, find the strippers, the prostitutes, and then he would feed her drugs and then make the prostitute go ahead and give her them good hard pumps. I guess, Diddy would then sit there and, give himself a high five and record it. So just for you guys, I'm going to read some of it, not all of it. Just a little bit so you can hear exactly what she was saying was happening, So basically he would set up these things with a male sex worker and her, and he would call them a freak off or a FO. He would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura at random moments that he wanted an FO, and Miss Ventura was eventually expected to facilitate the location and hiring of male sex workers. That's what I said, right? At certain points during Miss Ventura and Mr. Combs' relationship, he would insist on an FO weekly. That's a freako. Mr. Combs would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura that this was practice, was our thing, and our secret. FOs would often take place in hotel suites, including the Trump International Hotel in Columbus Circle, El Hermitage, Beverly Hills, the London Hotel in Los Angeles, the Intercontinental Century City, the Intercontinental. Okay, mad places that they were getting a freak off on. That's all right. Miss Ventura was eventually instructed to use websites and escort services to find male sex workers to participate in the FOs, freak offs. Mr. Combs told Miss Ventura to search for large black penises on the website. Oh, what? Okay, we know what you're into, buddy. This is ridiculous. Sometimes Mr. Combs would pay to fly male sex workers to his location, including to multiple cities in the United States as well as abroad. He required Miss Ventura and his staff to help him make these arrangements. So y'all got to put in some work too for the freak-offs. Mr. Combs' assistant would help to set up the FOs, including by setting up the hotel suites with baby oil and Astroglide. Astroglide. That would be a lubricant. Freaky. Mr. Combs always supplied Miss Ventura and the sex worker with copious amounts of drugs before and during the FOs. Miss Ventura was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, alcohol, and excessive amounts during FOs, which would allow her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. Wow. It became commonplace to get IV fluids in the days after an FO to recover from the excessive substances pushed upon her. Really now. Miss Ventura was required to dress up in lingerie for an FO, and Mr. Combs insisted she wear white nail polish to contrast her nails with the skin of the black men he hired to have sex with her. Right. During the FOs, Mr. Combs would instruct Miss Ventura to pour excessive amounts of oil on herself. Mr. Combs would then instruct Miss Ventura and the sex workers to speak to each other, and then would specifically tell Miss Ventura where to touch the sex workers. Mr. Combs would say things like, grab that big black dick, and ask her how does it feel as he directed her to perform for him. Wow, that is disgusto. All right. During the FO, in addition to directing Miss Ventura and masturbating, Mr. Combs would use his phone, laptop, and tablet to film Miss Ventura having sex with the hired sex worker. He treated the forced encounter as a personal art project, adjusting the candles he used for lighting to frame the videos he took. All right. That's pretty much all I'm going to read of that. So, that is all in her complaint that she made to, I guess, the police that forced Diddy to bust open that wallet and let the cash flow out. In the beginning of the whole thing, to me, when he was trying to supposedly coerce her into coming to spend time with him, and she really didn't want to do it, seemingly, the way that she spelled it out. Now, I don't know how it happened. I wasn't there. But the way she spells it out is he was basically trying to offer her things and make her decide to come with him, before this whole thing really started. She had a boyfriend, and from what I understand, I don't know, might have been Ryan Leslie. I don't know if that's who that was at the time, but you know what I'm saying? She had a boyfriend, and he would be like, no, forget him, come kick it with me. I think at that point, it's my big ugly opinion, is when you say, no thanks, I'm not interested, right? Possibly could have avoided all of this, which makes me feel like in the beginning, despite how ugly it turned out, she was very complicit in it. Because, if you're going to do something, that you really don't want to do to advance your career, you have to understand that it can only go downhill from there, right? And if she didn't know that before, then let this be a lesson to anybody else who wants to get into this game. You got to understand that some people are going to attempt to take advantage of you. And if it comes to a point where it's an iffy decision, it's like, I don't know, it seems like I'm about to get into something nasty here that I don't want to really be a part of. You got to understand that your career is not worth going through all of this that she claims she went through. Like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but your dignity, your self-respect, your safety, it's not worth it to put all of that on the line for no music career. It just ain't worth it. Maybe at the time she might have thought it was worth it. But clearly, if what she says in this story is true, I don't believe any of it was worth it, to go through all of this. But, hey, what do I know? That's just my big ugly opinion. And I'm the big ugly man dog. Make sure you like, comment, and share, and subscribe, and get at your boy when you get the time. Peace, 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 peace. I'm out of here. Take that.